Today we are going to turn this into this in Photoshop with just your PC. Stay tuned.
Let's start by creating our new page by heading over to create new. Then you will change this one to pixels, then use the same size as mine, 1503 by 2343. Then you will click on create. Now let's create the design for our package. So I want the background of the design to be yellow. So let's start by creating a yellow background. So using the rectangle tool, I'll click then select, then drag to draw a box to fill this space. So now it is black and I want my background to be yellow, so I'll have to change this black to yellow. So I'll select my move tool, then go to FS, then head over to color overlay, then change this color to yellow. I'll drag it here. Yours will be like this, it will be on the edge button, so you have to drag it down here, then select your yellow, then you press OK. Now I want to create a circle around this place, then make it red, then write inside Tasty Nesgood Fries. So let's start by creating that red circle. So I'll click without releasing my hand, it will open this pop-up, then I'll select the ellipse tool, then pressing the shift, I'll drag, it will give me a perfect circle. If I remove my hand from the shift, I won't get a perfect circle, it will be like this. So I'll have to press my shift key to get a perfect circle like this. Then I'll position it well around this place. Then I want it to be red, so I'll change the color value to red by heading over to FS, color overlay, then I'll change it to red. I'll drag this one to the red, but I want dark red, so I'll reduce this one, I'll bring it down a bit. Okay, but I want a white outline for this circle, so I'll have to give it a stroke. This button, I'll click to take it. Then you see this box here, this black one, I'll have to change it to white. I want a white outline for this circle, so I'll drag it to the white, then press OK. But then you see it is too small, but I want it to be a bit bigger, so I'll increase the size like this. I think this one is okay, then I'll press OK. That is it. So now let's type the name, which is Tasty Nesgood Fries. I will use two colors for the ratings inside these circles. One will be yellow and one will be white, because yellow and white goes well with the background. So let's start by writing the Tasty Nesgood. So I'll use my text tool, then I'll click here, then type. I have to clean this one, then type the tasty first like this, then I'll select my move tool, then I'll place it inside the circle like this. Then I will have to type the Nesgood fries. So I don't need to select the text tool then do everything again. I'll just duplicate this one using the Ctrl J. It will duplicate it like this, you see, tasty copy. So I'll just drag it down, then type the Nesgood then fries. I'll still duplicate it using the Ctrl J. Ctrl J. Then I'll double click to change the text to fries. Let me position it well, then reduce the size a bit. Now I want to change the font of the tasty and the color to But then let me change the color first. I want to change the color to yellow using a color overlay. To yellow like this. Then okay, let's maintain the font like that, but I'll reduce the size to something like this. But then the idea is a potato fries, so let me import an image of a potato. I have my files here. I will upload it and send the link, so you can check the link in the description to download those images. So these are the images. So I'll first import this image here like this. Then I'll add another image, which is this one. But I want it to be below the main image, so I'll have to drag it to under this one, under the main image like this. So it will go to the back, it will go behind it like this. Then I'll drag it down a bit like this. Then I'll push both of them down a bit, so I'll use the shift plus clicking. So I'll select the first one, then press my shift key without releasing my hand, then select the second image. You see it has selected both. Then I'll drag it down a bit like this. Like this is okay. So now let me type something to indicate it is a potato chips. So using my text tool, I'll click, then select the text tool, click here, then type potato chips. Then I'll change the color to black because I'm placing it on a yellow background, and black will appear clearer than any other color that I know, like this. Then reduce the size, make it smaller. But I don't want to use a bold font, so I'll highlight it, then change this one to, let's say, medium. Then I'll reduce the opacity a bit. Then I'll duplicate it. I want to write the weight, the net weight on this side here. So using the same shortcut Ctrl J, it will duplicate. Then I'll drag it. But you see it is not aligned with this first one, so you can fix that by pressing the shift. You see the moment I press shift, it will come in line with the potato chips. Then I'll drag it to this side. Then I'll write something like net weight. Let's say 297 grams. We are almost done with the design, but then let's create a shadow, a small shadow for this image. So we can do that by creating a new empty layer using this button, the plus button here. If you click, you see it will create a new empty layer for you here. Then I'll select my brush tool. Then I'll right click here, then make sure to decrease the hardness. Then I'll click once like this. Sorry, you press once, it will give you this dot. It will give you this dot. So I'll press my shift, then you see this dot here, then I'll select and drag it to the right side like this. Then I'll bring it here, but I want it to be behind the image, so I'll have to bring this layer behind or under that main image like this. Then I'll drag it down. I can use my arrow key to do that. Then I'll adjust it, pressing my shift, then drag the point like this. I think it's okay. So now I'm done with the design, so I have to design a mockup, but then I have already designed the mockup, so I'll just place this design on the mockup. So now let's open the mockup. I'll upload the link in my description, so you can use the link to download that mockup. This is the mockup, so I will double click to open. Yes, so this is the mockup. So we want to place this design on this mockup, so we can do that by converting all of it into all of this one. We have to merge all this image, so we can do that by clicking and select the first layer, this one like this, then using the shortcut Ctrl Shift Alt then E, Ctrl plus Shift plus Alt plus E. It will merge it as one image for you, so Ctrl Shift Alt then E. You see, now I have it as one image like this. So I'll go into my mockup working space. Then you see this layer is named Change Design, so you have to click on this one, double click on this box here, this smart object. You have to double click on it. If you double click, it will open this empty sheet for you. So go to your design, then drag it to that empty sheet like this, then you adjust it to fill it. Now close this working space, then select yes, save. It will load, the image will automatically attach to the mockup. Let's wait for the magic to happen. Now let's go to the mockup working space. You see, the magic has already happened. The magic has already happened. So now let's create a smart object like a merge image to get this one as one image, like how we did for this one to get one image. Using the same shortcut, select the first layer, then using the Ctrl Shift Alt then E, it will merge it, then give you one image like this. So now I can group everything here, Ctrl G, then I'll mute them. So now I have my design as one image like this. This is my tasty Nesgott fries package. So now let's use this package that we just created to make an AD flyer to advert. Let's say we are selling potato chips, so we want to advertise for people to see that we are selling potato chips. So let's use this package to design a simple AD flyer. Let's start by creating our working space by heading over to File and select New. Now let's select A3. I want to get a quality work, so I want to use A3 because A3 is large and it comes with a lot of pixels. So select A3, then click on Create. Now A3 is too long for me, so I want to cut a piece of it away. I want to cut a piece of it away. I can do that by using the crop tool, this one, this two. Click on it, then head over here, then select 4:5 ratio. Select it. You see the image has cropped. It has cropped the canvas, the working space. It has been cropped. Then I'll click on this check icon. Then I'll select my move tool. Now the color for the background, I want it to be orange and yellow. I want it to be orange and yellow because my package design is yellow, so when I mix it with orange and yellow, it will make it bright, and even if you are standing afar, it will catch your attention, to make it catchy. So let's use orange and yellow for the background. But this time around, this orange and yellow, because it is two colors, we will have to use the gradient option. So let's start by creating our rectangle to cover this working space. Don't forget this. So I'll click and hold it to bring out this middle. Now I'll select the rectangle tool. I'll click and drag